18 Primetime Studios brought to you by Green Lamb Laminates. Viewers, look at your screen. The biggest religious festival on earth has begun today. On day one itself, 1 crore 60 lakh pilgrims have attended. Some from far away as America. In 45 days, more than 45 crore pilgrims will have attended the Maha Kumbh. Pause and think about that number. Contemplate it for a few moments. That's more people than the whole population of America visiting a town in over a month. Imagine the whole population of America at one go moving to visit a town. This number is more than 8 times the size of all the citizens of Britain, or nearly twice the number of people that live in Pakistan. Imagine the arrangements that must be made to transport, house and feed those members. And Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, who you can see in your screens, has been personally visiting Prayagraj almost every day, where this temporary district has been set up to ensure that the pilgrims don't encounter any problems. When a mass of people of that size moves voluntarily, it must be for something they care about, something that they deeply believe in. In this case, it is being a Hindu. The aim, of course, is to attain salvation. If these pilgrims lacked belief, they would make the journey from the farthest corners of India and the earth. But there are some who would have us believe that attending the Maha Kumbh in deference to faith is an act of futility. Taking a dip, as they say, in this cold water is foolish. Or that bread is more important than religion, and therefore there's no need to travel to Prayagraj. Viewers, Akhilesh Yadav, the chief of the Samajwadi Party, is one of those individuals. And he's come out and said, and let me quote him, that we should remember Vivekananda's message. People need bread more than religion. Wrong to send religious messages to poor. As if, viewers, they have no faith. Listen.
जब विवेकानंद जी को याद कर रहे हैं, हमें उम्मीद है कि उनके कही हुई बातों को हमेशा हम लोग दिल और दिमाग में रखेंगे, जहां उन्होंने कहा कि धर्म से ज़्यादा हमें रोटी की ज़रूरत है देश के लोगों को, और जो गरीब हैं उनको धार्मिक बातें समझाना शायद गलत होगा आज के समय में.
Wrong to try and infuse religion into the minds of the poor at this moment in time, says Akhilesh Yadav. Now, viewers, it is the same Akhilesh Yadav whose party has put a statue of the founder of the Samajwadi Party, Mulayam Singh Yadav, within the precincts of the Kumbh. Yes, and he's being labelled a saint, a great Hindu saint. I don't know who's politicizing whom, viewers, but when you do that, it's clear. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's deputy has hit back, saying that the reason lesser people attended the Kumbh earlier is because no one took an interest in facilitating their travel. That the people who are being negative fear Hindu unity, as their politics thrives on fragmenting Hindus into malleable, small vote banks. Viewers, Akhilesh Yadav has been torn apart by UP Deputy Chief Minister Mr. Maurya, who has said Akhilesh should also take a dip, a holy dip. Akhilesh must repent for the Kumbh disaster that he oversaw in 2013 that shook the faith of the pilgrims. Now, no one is denying that bread isn't important, as Swami Vivekananda said. But why should acquiring it mean sacrificing one's faith or religious duties? It's a bit like saying, viewers, that you must sacrifice your faith if you are interested in earning some money to feed yourself. How are these two related? I don't understand. Swami Vivekananda ji never meant this in this way either. In fact, religious tourism or travel in the pursuit of religious belief can create tremendous amount of opportunity, jobs and prosperity. Here are some hard facts, viewers, and I always bring you the hard facts so you can get closer to the truth, sift the fact from the fiction or the rhetoric. According to a UP government estimate, which has been rubber stamped by a number of economic think tanks, viewers, the Maha Kumbh may generate 2 lakh crore in trade if each of the 40 crore visitors spend an average of rupees 5,000 each. Around, viewers, let me tell you, 5,000 crores have been spent on organizing the Maha Kumbh. You do the math. More than 1.6 crores. 1 crore, 60 lakh people have already attended on day one. Multiply that by about 5,000 rupees. You've already recovered on day one the cost of the money that was put to organize the Maha Kumbh. Everything else is revenue. Hard fact 2, Praveen Khandelwal, Secretary General of the CAIT, which is a trade association, has said total spending by 40 crores will exceed 2 lakh crore if each pilgrim spends 5,000 on hotels, guest houses, temporary accommodations, food, religious items, healthcare and other services, unquote, viewers. The UP government itself is saying the event is expected to boost both nominal and real GDP by over 1%. And they're not talking, viewers, to the top of their hats. Industry experts have come out and says religious tourism sector is expected to generate a revenue of rupees 59 billion by 2028 and create 140 million temporary and permanent jobs by 2030. All these corridors, the Kashi corridor, the Ayodhya corridor, several corridors that have been set up are actually adding, viewers, economic muscle to the economy. And just look at the numbers. The Kashi numbers on trade, the Ayodhya numbers on trade and business. This is, of course, not the first time that Hindus have had to witness politics being played over the object of their devotion or having to endure snide comments or hate directed at their faith. January 8th, 2025, Mamata Banerjee started playing competitive politics over Maha Kumbh because she realized, viewers, that Maha Kumbh could actually, or events at the scale of the Maha Kumbh, religious events could be money spinners. So she got in to say, oh, Ganga Sagar Mela has not given its due, this, that, the other. January 9th, 2025, Chandrasekhar Azad, Azad Samaj Party came out and said only sinners visit Kumbh to wash away their sins. Viewers, would this man say this about any other faith? Would he say it about Muslims who go to the Hajj? No. Would he say it to Christians who go to the Vatican? No, viewers, they would never do that. January 6, 2025, Shahabuddin Beralvi, cleric, said Muslims have generously allowed the use of 55 bighas of Waqf land without objections. He's referring to where the Kumbh is taking place. He said that is Waqf land, but we've been generous enough to let you use it. November 10, 2024, Lal Bihari Yadav, Samajwadi Party leader, said funds swindled in the name of Maha Kumbh. Because they're saying anything and everything. Udaynidhi Stalin, Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister, said Sanatan Dharma must be eradicated. It's like dengue and malaria. I challenge this man to get up and say this about any other faith. They'll hang him upside down, viewers. Chandrasekhar, RJD MLA, Ramcharitra Manas contains potassium cyanide, appalled at casteist references. I challenge this individual to say anything about any other book of any other religion, viewers. We'll see the hangama. Would the name, viewers, people who attack Hindus and their rituals make comments such as these against religious books, rituals, saints and beliefs of other faiths? No, they won't. Muslims proceed on Hajj. Does any politician talk about the importance of bread over pilgrimage then? No, viewers, they don't. Does any politician call for the editing of texts of Abrahamic faiths for the socially regressive practices they espouse? No, viewers, they don't. Do certain politicians feel threatened when Hindus unite, voiding plans to cultivate vote banks? Viewers, the answer perhaps is yes. That's why they're all getting so uptight about the Maha Kumbh and about the fact that crores of Hindus are coming there. Let's open this up. Let's first begin with Samajwadi spokesperson Tariq Khan. Let us understand this, sir. Can I ask you a simple question, Tariq Khan sir? Your leader, and I am talking about the Samajwadi Party leader, who has come out and said that funds have been swindled in the name of Maha Kumbh. that you see the Maha Kumbh is not so important, bread is more important, religion is not important at all. Tariq Khan Sahib, if someone said that about your gods, about your religion, how would you feel?
First of all, you have been compelling others to say many things against any religion like Islam. You're compelling others. And this is your training. I'm really appreciating you. This is your training. People have been getting, and people like Nupur Sharma started saying a lot against Islam and many religions. Thanks to you. And I'll appreciate you for this, that you have been provoking others.
Yeah,
that go and abuse others.
You are going to say that because you have no answer.
You'll not let me speak. I know very well.
No, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Because I have listened to you, whatever. What I'm telling is rubbish, maybe rubbish for you, but let me speak. So what you're saying, what Akhilesh ji said, it had been said at that time by Swami Vivekananda. It's not his word. So he must, and that was a Dharma Sansad. So in Dharma Sansad, he said, Vivekananda ji said at that time that roti is more important. And even for you guys, people like you, roti might not be important. But a poor people who don't have nothing, a lot of people who are dependent on government ration, so they need roti. So we must, what Akhilesh ji said, that yes, it's good that people are going there, but we shouldn't be deviated from our main objective that yes, roti is important, as being quoted by a great leader, a Hindu leader who had been known, who is now known between us as a propagator of Hindu religion, Swami Vivekananda. So he's someone who made others to believe, or the world to believe, that what is Hinduism. So in Hinduism, we must talk about this Maha Kumbh and all those things, and that is very important. अच्छा कुंभ होना चाहिए, सरकार उसको कराए, मगर अगर कमियां, राजनाथ सिंह 2013 के महाकुंभ में गए थे और उन्होंने 10 कमियां गिनाई थी, 50 कमियां गिनाई थी. That at that time he was anti-Sanatan. In 2013, Swami Maurya, the deputy CM now, went there and said there is no arrangement. So talking about shortcoming of Kumbh is anti-Sanatan. At that time, Rajnath Singh was anti-Sanatan. Now you can call us, because we are asking that what is the level of purity, why there is VIP tents, why there are VIP ghats, these type of question, responsibility of the opposition at that time in 2013, being asked by Rajnath Singh, by Maurya, same thing being asked by Samajwadi Party. Now we are anti-Sanatan.
Did you ever, Tariq Khan, did you ever ask why are Muslim pilgrims flown in airline jets to Mecca? Why is there VIP culture for them only? Did you ever ask people? 1 minute, listen to me now. Tariq Khan, listen to me. Calm down.
You should ask.
Just 1 second. Let me finish my question. You can blabber after that as much as you want, sir. Bhaupu leke boliye, koi problem nahi. But listen to my question, please. आप घबराते क्यों हैं जब मैं सवाल पूछता हूँ? Why do you get so upset when I ask a question? So listen to me. Did you ask the sheikhs? Did you ask the sheikhs? 1 minute. Did you ever ask the sheikhs? Why is it that they live in 5-star hotels right next to Mecca and Medina? Why have they been constructed? Let's all live in juggies. Number 3.
Very good.
There was a great Muslim.
Good question.
There is a very great Muslim called Salman Rushdie. He wrote a book. Do you support that great Muslim? The fact that he wrote that book.
Very good. Prime Minister used to visit these countries. Why not officially ask this question?
The answer will never come.
Why a PM? Why not? You
the
ask
answer will not come, viewers. Tariq Khan will make a jalebi on air tonight for 10 minutes.
You should ask.
He will not respond. He talked about VIP culture. I'm asking him, should the sheikhs be going in limousines to Mecca? He doesn't have a response, viewers, because he knows his ticket will be cut. He won't ever be able to go to Mecca. That's the problem. That is the issue. These steps. Can I ask you, sir? You talk about VIP culture. You talk about VIP culture. 1 second, Tariq Khan. You talk about VIP culture. What happens in Safai? What happens in Safai? What happens in Safai? When you have the festival in Safai, you call all the top film stars. Bollywood is there. They're all dancing. Is that Samajwad? Are those the values of Samajwad? Your boss flies in. Your boss flies in people to entertain crowds, paying crores of rupees every year, sir, and he uses Lear jets, bombardiers, all the big planes. That is Samajwadi Party. क्या बात कर रहे हैं सर आप? थोड़ा होश ठिकाने में आ जाइए. You are debating on national TV. Get your facts right. Don't talk about VIP culture with me. And when you talk about Samajwadi Party, Amar Singh and company, we've seen their VIP culture, sir. We've seen it.
It's
Thank you very much.
You could have yours.
No. Amar Singh had a car in which there was a big massage chair.
Oh.
Huge car. There's Dr. Ranganathan. What are you pointing me towards? Please show me.
People of BJP, they are
Dr. Ranganathan wants to come in. He wants to show you something. Sir, आपको हकीकत दिखा रहे हैं वो. He wants to show you the mirror. Yes, doctor.
अरे साहब, ये VIP आप बात कर रहे हैं, ये देखिए आपके अखिलेश यादव जी जब तिरुपति गए थे, जरा वो फोटोज भी देख लीजिए. VIP जो ट्रीटमेंट मिला था उनको क्यों से नहीं जाना पड़ा था, पूरी फैमिली, उसके बारे में कुछ कहेंगे? 10 घंटे लाइन में लगना होता है तिरुपति में, वो नहीं लगे थे, कुछ बोलेंगे?
VIP treatment or not? My question is simple. Do you
No, 1 second now. Listen, we've heard you, Tariq Khan. You've been exposed on national TV. Can I ask you, how many crores were spent on the festival in Sefai? Give me the number. Should I take it out for you? Don't talk about VIP culture and bread, and bread is more important than faith. Here to you're dancing, paying people huge amount of money which you could have distributed among the poor. You forgot about that. Anyhow, Tariq Khan, you relax for 2 minutes. I'll even play out visuals of that Sefai festival. Your jaw will drop, viewers. Your jaw will drop at the excess that you will witness. These chaps only think about bread, etc. when Hindus are concerned. That's the point. And that is the fundamental problem. And we allow it. We allow it, viewers. That's another problem. Anyhow, Dr. Ranganathan, would you like to explain what is going on here? What is this bread business, this, that, the other? I don't think it is as black and white as it's being made out to be, or innocent.
Good evening, Rahul, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, I think much more important to discuss than, the rampant hypocrisy that goes on when they only set to criticize Hinduism and Hindu rituals and practices and talk of bread and people should not be so religious and ignore the absolute religiosity, even religious fundamentalism as far as other religions concerned. That's a very, I would say, mundane argument to get into. Much more important today is this specious bogey that Congress has picked up, which is that in a secular state, how is Yogi Adityanath and the government spending so much money on Kumbh? This is something because this provides intellectual heft to the left. And then it goes to NYT and WAPO and they write column yards on, how a secular state like India, they lament the death of secularism. Why, look, the state is preparing for Kumbh. So I think if you please permit me, I want to spend a couple of minutes there because that's very important. No one's discussing that. I think it appears Congress and common sense got separated at Kumbh Mela. There is no other way to say this. And it is impossible to reunite them because only one of them has an identifying mole, if you see what I mean. The mind boggles at their drawing an equivalence between funding madrasas and Hajj subsidy and Kumbh. Do they even realize, Rahul, the enormity of their illogic and ignorance? Let me explain. 400 million people are set to visit the Kumbh. That is twice the entire population of Brazil visiting a tiny river bank in a space of a month.
Yeah.
Can even one Brazil run without the means to manage it? UP government is spending a paltry 5,000 crores on the event, on police, security, crowd control, law and order, habitation, infrastructure for the pilgrims. And in return, Kumbh will generate more than 2 lakh crores of revenue, create more than 6 lakh jobs, boost GDP by 1%. Irrespective of the fact that government spend money and resources on all religious and community festivals and gatherings, including the yearly Tablighi Ittijama, जिसके लिए खान साहब चुप रहते हैं, gatherings that attending by tens of millions of Muslims. The money spent by the state on Kumbh, Rahul, is a pittance compared to the billions it leeches off through the control of 110,000 Hindu temples. Return that money. Return that money before you outrage on the government spending money on providing security and infra for Hindu festivals. A Hindu temple, its income, its educational institutions are controlled by and interfered by the government. But those of a mosque, a church, a gurdwara are not. Why? Is this secularism? A petition to free Hindu temples is pending in the Supreme Court since 2012. They can allow midnight hearings for terror accused, but not here. Rahul, have we even understood what secularism is? Whether we are secular or not? A system, a discovery, a characteristics may have its etymology or origin in the European or Western thought of philosophy. But that character, that discovery, that system can and does exist in East or anywhere around the world.
The B form of DNA is double helical, is not a Western concept, it's a global concept. There is nothing called European double helical DNA or Indian double helical DNA. There is only one double helical DNA. Similarly, the concept of secularism may have originated in the West. It may be understood as secularism being total separation of religion and state. Total. Yeah. But the meaning of this concept cannot be changed to suit a particular nation or ideology. You are either secular or not secular. And our state is plural, not secular. You can have this state and the government give subsidy for decades. Use taxpayers' money to host grand iftar parties. Plunder state coffers to pay monthly salaries to thousands of Maulvis. Ask government-run UGC to completely fund minority institutions that keep 50% seats reserved for Christians. Step in to overturn a Supreme Court judgment just to appease the Muslims. Leech thousands of crores preferentially from Hindus' temples, sell off and control thousands of acres of Hindu temple land, spend hundreds of crores of taxpayers' money for the Kartarpur corridor, run madrasas and still be secular? Yeah. Rahul, just 30 seconds. Why is the state paying the surveyors of the Waqf board? Why is the state paying salaries to Maulvis? Why is the state giving interest-free loans to set up shops on Waqf and mosque land? Why is the state running madrasas? Why is the state giving hundreds of crores to set up Christian development corporations? How can the state be secular? And then we scoff at police arrangements and law and order arrangements made at Kumbh. Kuch to sense rakho, kuch to sense rakho.
And how can these political parties be so hypocritical, viewers? Today, their heart is bleeding for the poor. The India bloc is crying buckets for the poor. These are the parties that began to fly people in Air India jets to the Hajj on state subsidy and money, viewers. These people, they weren't bothered about the poor back then. Samajwadi Party, and I'm now reading, viewers, out of the Times of India. In March 2012, Akhilesh Yadav became the Chief Minister of the state. Soon after that, the whole state machinery was deployed in the preparation of this festival scheduled in December 2012. This festival included the performance of popular artists like singer Kailash Kher, poet Munawwar Rana, stand-up comedian Kapil Sharma, accompanied by Pakistani comedian Irfan Ali Hassan, singer Sapna Mukherjee, dancer Shamak Dawar. Went on for 14 days, viewers. Hrithik Roshan, Shan, performances by everybody. Crores were spent in Sefai. The grandeur of the festival increased in 2013 even despite the Muzaffarnagar riots, viewers. This is all in the papers. Please go and look at it. And today this same Samajwadi Party is talking about bread and faith and how bread is more important, feed the poor. Are they hypocrites, viewers? Or are they just basically insulting the faith of Hindus? Asif Suhail, what is happening here? Can you explain? गरीबों की बात कीजिए तो यूनिफॉर्मली कीजिए.
सर देखिए, आपको मैं अभी क्लियर बताऊंगा. जो हज के दौरान जो हज के रिचुअल्स अरकान होते हैं, लोग जमीन पे सोते हैं, खुले आसमान के नीचे, टेंटों में रहते हैं, कोई 5 स्टार होटल में नहीं रहते सर. उसको क्लैरिफिकेशन दे रहा हूँ. चाहे वो कोई भी कलर का होने दो, कोई भी नेशनलिटी का, सब एक ही जगह पर एक ही कपड़े पहनकर जमीन पे रहते हैं. ठीक है, पूरी रात गुजारते हैं, टेंटों में रहते हैं, कोई पैलेसेस में, कोई 5 स्टार होटलों में नहीं रहते. और दूसरी चीज सर, मैं हज के सब्सिडी के खिलाफ हूँ. हमेशा मैंने इस चीज के बारे में बोला. वो सब्सिडी नहीं देना चाहिए सर. उसको पैसों से
ओके, वन सेकंड आसिफ सुहेल साहब, एक मिनट वहीं रुक जाइए आप सर. I'll just talk a little bit about the hotels, 5-star hotels in Makkah, viewers. Just 1 second, lower his fader. Let me now give the viewers a list. Jabal Omar Makkah Hotel, 24,000 rupees a night. Pullman Zamzam Makkah Hotel, 22,542. Makkah Clock Royal Tower and Fairmont Hotel. These are American brands, viewers. 27,819 rupees a night. Park Inn by Radisson Makkah Al Naseem, 5,857 a night. Lee Meridian Towers Makkah, 6,806. Al Safwa Hotel First Tower, 19,000. Al Marwa Rayana by Rotana, 32,894. Gilded, viewers, gilded towers of excess luxury. Why do you think these are all booked up, viewers? Why are they building hotels of this nature where you get a room from 3,000 rupees right up till 5 lakh rupees a night? Why, viewers? Why do you think that happens? Because people are sleeping in tents. Sir, आप लग रहा है you are living in the
Sir,
past, sir.
आपको वही-
The technology has
नहीं,
moved so much that it's at my
Sir,
fingertips.
आप देखिए-
All I need to do to fact check you is Google. आप गूगल
Sir,
को भी आप
जो
नहीं, आप
उसको
गूगल
गलत
पे भी फतवा
information
लगा
मत
दीजिए सर,
दीजिए।
सच्चाई ज्यादा ही
मैं
बोलता
बता
है
रहा हूं ना
गूगल।
सर।
यस
अरे सर,
हाँ,
मैं
बोलिए।
बोल रहा हूँ ना सर,
बोलिए।
हज के 5 दिन में लोग
ठीक है
5 स्टार
सर।
होटल में नहीं रहते हैं।
अच्छा सर,
आप
ठीक।
पहले मालूम कर लीजिए, आप पहले
ठीक है सर,
गलत
ठीक।
चीज मत
I am not
बताइए,
getting
आप
into it,
खुद को
viewers.
समझो।
I am not getting
समझ
into
रहे
it.
हैं
He
आप?
probably knows
That's
more.
what
I'm
मैं
only
आपको
asking
बोल
how
रहा
are there so
हूं।
many
और दूसरी-
hotels in Makkah?
अरे सर, मैं बोल
What
रहा
are
हूं,
these hotels
होटल
doing
देखिए,
there?
सर,
Why have they
मक्का
been
में
made?
रहना हज नहीं
Are they
होता है।
hotels, viewers?
सर,
Are they
मक्का में
permanent
रहने का
towers
हज नहीं होता
made
है।
by? No, hang on. Where the Maha Kumbh takes place, are there Radisson hotels standing there? Is there a Radisson Blue standing there? Is the Clock Royal Tower standing there? Is the Sheraton standing there? No, viewers, this is a temporary city. All the tents, whether they are VIP tents or other tents, they will all be removed. So, I want to ask you, Sushil Pandit, what do you make of this? Is this just pure hatred towards a community, or there is a political exercise going on parallelly to all of this? What is going on here? Sohail Babu, 2 minutes ruk jaiye, please.
Rahul, this is a political.
Yeah.
This is a political exercise steeped in venomous hatred against the native traditions and culture in the native faith, which is Hinduism, popularly called Hinduism across the world. But look at the hypocrisy. Islam prohibits Hajj if it is not done by spending your own hard-earned honest money. And yet, they would readily, gladly grab subsidies from Indian taxpayer, poor Indian taxpayer, government to go to Hajj. You know, token criticism of Hajj subsidy, but grabbing it with both your hands and going in hundreds of thousands every year for Hajj is another case of hypocrisy. Then saying that we live in tents. Go to any railway station or airport around the country, you will see monumental Hajj houses, palatial Hajj houses. If you are so keen on
सर,
austere
आप जैसे
pilgrimage,
जोकरों
live
से
in
अब
tents.
हज के बारे में सुनना
Live
पड़ेगा
in
क्या हमें?
tents.
बताइए
तंबुओं
आप
में
मुझे।
रहिए। बड़े-बड़े हज हाउसेज आपके लिए
object
बनते
to this
हैं,
language.
सरकारी खर्च से बनते हैं।
Asif Sohail Saab, this language,
बिल्कुल।
please do not.
Sorry, what did he say? I couldn't hear him.
What is the
He said,
language?
आप-
देखिए सर,
What is the
गलत
language?
What did he
बात
say?
करेंगे तो बराबर बोलूंगा
What did
मैं।
he say? Put his
आप
fader
झूठ
down.
मत बताइए आप।
Foul mouth troll. Asif
is not
Sohail. This is not the way, sir. You
I
speak.
said austere.
He never abused
I
you.
said austere pilgrimage.
Well, that's very
I
wrong.
said austere. अंग्रेजी नहीं समझ में आती हो तो मतलब पूछ लीजिए।
Austere means bare knuckle.
तो दिक्कत
Viewers,
ये है।
extremely,
Spartan.
extremely abstemious. Yes. वो भी ना समझ आए तो मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाऊंगा आपके लिए. But that's basically what it is. Yes, sorry, Mr. Pandit. Finish what you were saying.
So the problem is there is venomous hatred against this tradition, this religion, this land, which is why all kinds of pretexts, all kinds of political constructs, all kinds of synthetic arguments are forwarded in order to denounce us.
Yes.
You pointed it very rightly when you said Safai kept on happening in 2013 when parallelly at the same time Muradabad was burning. Riots were unleashed on innocent, unarmed citizens and they were being butchered. Safai was not stopped. It kept on happening while Muradabad was burning. And they have the cheek to call for bread now. Why didn't Akhilesh think of this Gomati front, river front,
Okay.
when he spent lavish crores on that? Should infrastructure be held hostage to bread argument? Should pilgrimage be held hostage to bread argument? Should all kinds of developments, rituals, traditions, faith held hostage to your pernicious argument that strikes at the very root of Hindu tradition, Hindu religion, Hindu faith? They are primarily people peddling faith against Hinduism in order to garner political votes.
Is that what's happening? So this is appeasement politics.
And compete.
Unvarnished.
And compete with each other.
Okay, unvarnished appeasement politics. And viewers, I think we should draw a line now. It's getting too much. Anyhow, I want to bring in prominent Hindu scholar and astrologer who is here with us, Pawan Sinha ji. Pawan Sinha ji, thank you. You waited very patiently. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful to you, sir. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. What we are seeing, of course, on our screens are those visuals from Sefai viewers, where Salman Khan and all the other viewers, Bollywood superstars, are going to dance a jig. They don't do anything for free, viewers. No one shakes a hip for free. Let me tell you, in Bollywood, not one person. Crores of money was spent. At that time, no one was talking about bread and Garib log. Think about that. I won't want to continue to show these visuals. There's Mr. Akhilesh Yadav looking all prim and proper in his lovely achkan, etc., well brill-creamed, really partying it up, viewers. This is their claim to fame. This is Samajwad, viewers, Lohiya socialists. This is the reality. And Tariq Khan is giving us lectures. Anyhow, let's put these aside. Let's put these aside. They don't want to see it, viewers. They will get completely befuddled by this. But if I just juxtapose the simplicity of the Kumbh with this nonsense, and it's paid by state, by the way, that party, yes. All those jiggling stars. Think about that. Anyhow, I want to now focus on Kumbh. And sir, I want to ask you, why are people coming from South America? Some people are coming from Alaska. Some people are coming from New Zealand. What is calling them? What is it that calls them to the Kumbh? And is it worth, sir, jumping into this cold water? Because some people from Samajwadi Party say, नहीं, इस ठंडे पानी में मत कूदो, नमोनिया हो जाएगा. तो लोग इतनी दूर से नमोनिया के, why do they come to get pneumonia in Varanasi, in Prayagraj, in other beautiful spots, in winter, where there are ghats?
Hindu festival has started. Hindu occasion has started. So politics has also started. I have annoyance with Akhilesh ji on two major issues. First, he said, जिनको पाप धोने हैं वो वहाँ जाएं, जो पापी हैं वो वहाँ जाएं. So all these people who are coming from nook and corner of the world, are they all papis? And all good people, all good souls are sitting in Samajwadi Party's office? Definitely not. It is something more than the bathing in the holy river. It is the feel of India. It is the spirituality of India. Many people are sitting over there and discussing major issues of mind, body, soul, etc. So, because of this reason, they go. On the second sentence, I have very serious objection when he said bread over religion. Yeah, I agree with Akhilesh. Bread is always over the religion. But do you follow it? Have you ever followed it? What about Ijtima? What about Urs? What about Fari? So are these not extravagances? So one community...
Right. So you're questioning the selectiveness. You're questioning the selectiveness. And you say that this is a spiritual journey. It leads to rebirth of the mind, the body and the soul. And that's why people come from so far. So let's not disrespect them, viewers. They're not here for some party where, Salman Khan is going to do a jig. That's not what they're there for, viewers. Let me tell you that. And anyone who's trying to tell you this is doing a grave disservice to co-religionists. Just let that sink in. And I want to move on, viewers, because this is an important day today in more ways than one. We've talked about the spiritual, the temporal, but now let's talk, viewers, about physical, the physical infrastructure of this country that is also rising to meet the aspirations and fulfill, viewers, the destinies of its citizens. The Z-Morh tunnel. Z-Morh means Z-turn because it was named after the Z-shaped of the road that the tunnel has now replaced. This Z-Morh tunnel is a new lifeline for Jammu and Kashmir and was inaugurated 12 years after its foundation stone was laid by a previous government, viewers. Today, it was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi and Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. The tunnel itself will help bridge the distance between Delhi and the Dils, or Delhi and the hearts of Jammu and Kashmir residents, as Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah remarked at the function. But more than this, bears physical testimony to a Jammu and Kashmir on the move, viewers. The union territory that will soon become a full-fledged state, if the PM is to be believed, is now standing at a new turn, excuse the pun, under a pragmatic, articulate Chief Minister who, despite ideological differences, set aside political partisanship to acknowledge the Prime Minister's commitment to usher in real change in Jammu and Kashmir. This is what Jammu and Kashmir Omar Abdullah said today.
आपने तीन बहुत अहम बातें अपनी तकरीर में उस दौरान की। आपने कहा कि दिल की दूरी और दिल्ली से दूरी, इन दोनों चीजों को मिटाने पे आप लगे हुए हैं और वाकई आपके काम से ये साबित होता है। 15 दिन के अंदर अंदर जम्मू कश्मीर को लेके ये आपका दूसरा प्रोग्राम है। इससे पहले जम्मू को रेल डिवीजन से आपने नवाजा और उस प्रोग्राम में आपने शिरकत की, और आज खुद आप सोनमर्ग आए हैं इस टनल का इफ्तिदा करने के लिए। ऐसे प्रोजेक्टों से न सिर्फ दिल की दूरी बल्कि दिल्ली से दूरी जो है वो कम हो जाती है।
As I told you, the Chief Minister is very articulate, viewers, used words brilliantly to express the sentiments that he has lauded upon the Prime Minister. Now, this praise is particularly striking amid growing tensions within the India bloc, where members are increasingly marching to their own tunes. Omar Abdullah, whose National Conference Congress Alliance won the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly elections this October, also praised PM Modi's approach to the northern state-turned-union territory, citing the free and fair election that was conducted there. Listen in, viewers.
आपने जम्मू कश्मीर के आवाम से कहा था कि बहुत जल्द इलेक्शन होंगे, इंतखाबात होंगे और लोगों को अपने वोट के जरिए अपनी हुकूमत चुनने का मौका मिलेगा। आप अपनी बात पे कायम रहे और 4 महीनों के अंदर अंदर जम्मू कश्मीर में आपने इंतखाबात कराए। जम्मू कश्मीर में आपने लोगों को वोट देने का जो है अपनी हुकूमत चुनने का मौका दिया, और आज इस बात का नतीजा है कि वजीर आला की हैसियत से मैं आज इस प्रोग्राम में शिरकत करके आपसे बात कर रहा हूं। आपने इलेक्शन वो कराए जिसमें लोगों ने बढ़ चढ़ के हिस्सा लिया, और सबसे बड़ी बात ये कि कहीं पे भी धांधली की कोई शिकायत नहीं, कहीं पे भी हुकूमत के गलत इस्तेमाल की कोई शिकायत नहीं, एक भी पोलिंग बूथ पे कहीं पे रीपोल की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी। इसका श्रेय आपको, आपके साथियों को और इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया को जाता है।
Naturally, viewers, Omar's praise has irked some of those in the ecosystem that had written off the possibility of normalcy returning to Jammu and Kashmir on the back of the scrapping or abrogation of Article 370. Mehbooba Mufti, PDP chief, today came out and said, our Chief Minister, despite 50 MLAs, did everything to appease and normalize Delhi's unilateral actions in August 2019 that cleaved and robbed Jammu and Kashmir of its special status. Anand Dubey, Shivsena UBT member, that is the Uddhav Thackeray faction, said Omar Abdullah is working like BJP's B team. He said India bloc should be shut down. Omar Abdullah criticized Prime Minister before elections, and today he is praising him. Congress is an alliance partner in Jammu and Kashmir. Does it agree with Omar Abdullah? Unquote. Viewers. But only those blinded by extreme prejudice towards the NDA would argue with the cold and hard facts. Infrastructure projects in Jammu and Kashmir completed in 2018 were just 9,200. Viewers, in 2022-2023, in 1 year alone, there were 92,000 projects that were completed, 10 times more. Since 2019, investment in Jammu and Kashmir is up 10 times at rupees 2,400 crore. No doubt, viewers, it should go out even more. It's a small number, but look at the base. Just in 5 years, that number has gone up by 10 times. Since 2014, GSDP has risen from 98,000 crores to 2.4 lakh crores. A lot of time has been lost, viewers, in all of this, but nonetheless, at least the direction is now clear and it's upwards. And I'm not even going into, viewers, the number of terror attacks that have dwindled the fact that there is no stone pelting, the fact that people are beginning to see the benefits, the bounties of tourist travel, which is bringing in wealth into the state. We're not even talking about, viewers, here at this moment in time about the number of other social engagements that have spontaneously begun in the valley, like the simple pleasure of watching a movie in a movie hall and eating popcorn with your family or what have you, viewers. All of that, that's normalcy. That is normalcy. That is genuine normalcy, viewers. When you can sit in a movie hall without the fear of being blown to pieces or being attacked by fundamentalists who say that music, dance, movies are un-Islamic. That's how much things have changed, and I really hope that they remain on track. And I'm sure that the Chief Minister, who has now blossomed into a leader that is understanding the many wheels within wheels in politics, has also come to terms with the responsibility. And I'm sure that the Prime Minister will sooner than later move towards restoring statehood. But let's open this up, because where does this leave, viewers? That whole ecosystem that constantly berates Indian democracy, says that the elections are staged in this country, that the EVMs are fixed, that all the opponents of the BJP do not enjoy a level playing field, that, viewers, after the abrogation of 370, Jammu and Kashmir would bleed and there would be rivers and rivers and rivers. Sushil Pandit, we're not seeing all of that. Of course, what we're seeing is that the party like the PDP is accusing Omar Abdullah of a sellout. So let me first bring the PDP spokesperson in and you, Sushil Pandit, to basically go off against each other. And I want to bring in the PDP national spokesperson. Thank you, sir, for speaking to us here on CNN News 18, Aditya Gupta ji. Today, Omar Abdullah is recognizing that real change has come to the valley, and it has come during the tenure of Prime Minister Modi. When I've read out the facts, why are you begrudging him? Why are you begrudging him? What is the problem?
Rahul, there is, as far as Prime Minister is concerned, there's no problem. Okay. The whole point is 3 months, in 3 months' time, Omar Abdullah has twisted his tongue and started narrating a new story. 3
because
months prior to the elections. Oh, no, that's exact. Is he that juvenile to see it after swearing in as a chief minister?
His test is very simple. He made that the condition. His test is two things. Number one, free and fair elections. He, remember, was a reluctant crusader. He didn't want to participate in the elections first. He was convinced to do so because he was guaranteed that it would be free and fair. Once he saw that the process is free and fair, he said, okay, maybe there is something happening here which I haven't seen, number one. Number two, he's also said to the Prime Minister that I will hold you to your promise of giving us statehood. So there's not some carte blanche, but he's recognizing that, look, things are changing. I've got to move along with the times. That's pragmatism. Do you respect Mr. Vajpayee, Aditya Gupta ji?
Yeah, I respect even Prime Minister Modi.
You know why you respect Mr. Vajpayee, and your party leader has said it many times. Because he had this great ability to reach out across the aisles, to congratulate even his adversaries, like Indira Gandhi, who he called Durga Ma, after the 71-72 war against Pakistan. So if Omar Abdullah is demonstrating a certain amount of statesmanship by saying, okay, I will give the devil or whoever else he considers is the devil his due, what is the big deal?
All right, let me explain. So 3 months prior to the elections, the only thing that he kept on saying, and the election mandate, the huge mandate that he got, he did not get on statehood, number one. His, if by going by the manifesto, even you, when you ran the major debates, when going by the manifesto, where you asked question Congress whether they agree with NC manifesto, the NC manifesto was primarily surrounded around 5th of August 2019. Not only abrogation of Article 370, but subsequent certain things that happened with regard to the detentions. That was also one of the factors. So the mandate was not sought on statehood. Now, what he's trying to do last 3 months, he's trying to shift the goalpost. The decision making, he's not doing anything. What he's doing is he's spending most of the time doing the tourism fact, spending most of the time in Gulmarg, Now suggesting that Prime Minister has done something, it is obviously 2012, the Z-Morh was laid, the foundation was laid down. It took its time because of the hilly terrain and whatever the situation was there. Physically
What was the
not
situation?
possible to work that
What
much.
was the situation, Aditya Gupta? What was the situation?
The physical non-possibility of construction of this tunnel.
Oh, really?
This tunnel,
So who came? Someone from the heavens came and suddenly built this? Listen, listen. Who are you kidding today? Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding, sir? Mehbooba Mufti had a time in office.
To face something out of it.
I'm not. I'm saying Mehbooba Mufti, was she not in office?
I'm giving the credit to Modi.
I'm not. I'm sorry, sir. I am actually finding it very strange that Omar Abdullah today is beginning to see through a few hard realities. I'm not saying, viewers, that he's some reformed individual. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying he's willing to work with the center because he realizes what people like Kejriwal have done to Delhi, which is also union territory. Don't forget. Kejriwal can't get along with the lieutenant governor. No. This man has understood that to serve the people, you have to work the system. Till that system is there, and he's being pragmatic. Is that a crime? If it's a crime, sir, I rest my case.
Why are we questioning him? Why are we questioning him? We are questioning him because when we entered into an alliance, which is a written document between BJP and PDP in the government, he says everything that destruction took place in
But he
Jammu
hasn't got
Kashmir.
into an alliance with the BJP. One second. I'm a bit confused. Sushil Pandit, look, I'm not saying that Omar Abdullah has suddenly become a BJP camp follower. I'm not saying that. I just feel that he has become a little more pragmatic. Maybe the circumstances have bent him to becoming a little pragmatic. He's seeing what is happening in Delhi. He doesn't want that logjam in his state. He says, okay, the Prime Minister has made a commitment. If he doesn't come good on the commitment, I'll hold him to it. He said that in front of the Prime Minister. I think he's been quite honest.
You're right, Rahul. I think Indian state has done much more than normal in Jammu and Kashmir right from 1947 onwards. In fact, on an average, the center outlay per capita in Jammu and Kashmir is more than 10 times that of Uttar Pradesh per capita outlay. In this case, the money has been well spent and you have infrastructure projects coming up as a result of these budget allocations. Earlier, this money used to be swindled. Earlier, it used to fill up the coffers. This time, there are free and fair elections because PDP knows when Mufti Muhammad Saeed was head of Congress in 1987, they swindled an election along with National Conference together. So they do not more than just pay lip service to free and fair elections. They actually have a stake in swindling elections, rigging elections and getting to power. So this is a hypocritical issue as far as they are concerned. But as far as I am concerned, Rahul, all the development, all the money showered in Kashmir, for me, doesn't mean a thing.
Exactly.
Till my houses, abandoned houses,
absolutely,
till my lands, encroached temples, till my life is still rotting in refugee camps outside, till hundreds of thousands of my Hindu community from Kashmir is still longing for their home because they cannot go through those tunnels, they cannot cross those bridges, they cannot traverse on that roads. So it is meaningless. You have 5 assembly elections since we left Kashmir, and each assembly election stamped the approval of democracy on our exodus. Till date, there is no white paper. Till date, there is no policy. Till date, there is no decision on what is to be done with us, what is our future, where we stand vis-a-vis Indian state.
I completely agree with you.
We have had 9 prime ministers.
And Mr. Pandit,
that prejudice, nothing to look forward to, Rahul.
I think that prejudice is still alive because I tweeted today morning, and of course a lot of people jumped down my throat. But I tweeted Dr. Ranganathan, and let me just bring this to your notice. I said that, look, I listed all the work that has gone on, how the GSDP of the state has phenomenally gone up, by 15, 20, 30%, etc., over a period of time. And you know the statistics. And then I said, yet, in 2014, BJP had 0 seats in Kashmir Valley. Today also it has, 10 years later in 2024, it has 0 seats in Kashmir Valley. Is it prejudice that blights performance?
It doesn't even contest elections there.
Is it prejudice that blights the performance? What is it? At the end of the day, I can only think of that. We will take, but we will not vote for the party that is giving us because we are blinded by a prejudice. But that aside, what is your take today on what Omar Abdullah is saying in the message for the India bloc?
Rahul, on a lighter note, I don't know what's happened to Omar Abdullah. Itna praise to Modi ji ko वो भी नहीं करते जिन पे CBI रेड का थ्रेट होता है. No, but be that as it may, on a serious note, if the tongue has been unforked, it's good for the country. But to be honest with you, I doubt it very much. बोल जो हैं उमर अब्दुल्ला के बोल भले ही हैं जो कह रहे हैं, लेकिन inside he is thinking exactly like Mehbooba Mufti, who said such egregious, seditious things when Article 370 was abrogated, like rivers of blood will flow. Yeah. Why should a Muslim majority state stay with India? And tricolors or flags other than the tricolor will fly. अंदर उनके मन में अभी भी महबूबा मुफ्ती की बातें हैं, बाहर भले जो भी हो, होठों पे जो भी हो. And the fact of the matter is, he has never criticized his father's stand, be it on EVMs or on abrogation of Article 370, when he said, Allah ye chahega कि हम देश से इंडिया से.
Actually, Mr. Abdullah has come out and said that the EVMs is a non-issue. He has said that, but that apart, yes.
No, I meant he's never criticized his father, saying that EVS is thievery of elections. He's never criticized his father, who said as much as that Allah चाहेगा कि इंडिया से हम अलग हो जाएं अगर 370 abrogate होता है. He's never criticized all those things that he said against Modi, saying that he is virulently anti-Muslim because he doesn't accept a skull cap. लेकिन पंजाब जाते हैं तो पगड़ी accept कर लेते हैं. All the but you know, this is politics, and a week is a long time. This has been 5 years. But the fact of the matter is twofold. One, I'm not even going into the neo-religious diktats of taqiyya in Islam that allows him to say two things at the same time. But the fact of the matter is, you can build as many tunnels as you want in Kashmir, but everything is futile unless you connect the land's original inhabitant Kashmiri Hindus to Kashmir.
True.
All this development is of no use until 700,000 Kashmiri Hindus are returned to their land honorably. And in that department, I'm afraid not just Narendra Modi, every government, every prime minister, every politician, every party has been absolutely futile.
That's a point. But tonight we're focusing on what appears to be a comment that is making the India bloc partners very, very upset. And I want to bring in Jahangir Ali Sahab. Jahangir Sahab, a quick question to you, and please do forgive me. But do you see Omar Abdullah having now significantly dented the India bloc, which at one time also included the PDP and some of the other ecosystem parties, their stance on some of the more critical issues, specifically that the Prime Minister does deliver on his promises? Mr. Ali.
Thank you, Rahul, for the invite. First of all, politics is the art of possibilities. So, Omar Abdullah, as you rightly pointed out, he has taken this very pragmatic position about how his party is going to, which kind of relationship the party is going to have with the center. And asking for the statehood, asking for the return of statehood is something which the Prime Minister himself has promised, not only in the Parliament, but also in his speeches and other things. What was your question, Rahul?
Yeah, no, I was very, very clear about whether this has all ended up now denting the campaign that has been run by the India Alliance. Their credibility seems to have hit rock bottom when someone within their own, who is the most immediate stakeholder in Jammu and Kashmir, has come out and told the world that no, actually Kashmir is doing quite well, and thank you, Prime Minister.
Yeah, I think, like I already pointed out, Umar was taking a very pragmatic position by saying something which has happened under the.
So Tariq Khan, what are you going to do about it? Tariq Khan, what are you going to do about it now?
Listen, we have come into an era where we should look at it in this way, that state should have, I'm saying this, state should have good relation with center, whether it's Bengal, whichever state it is, because when you don't have good relation, people will have to suffer. This is something at the ground is fact. We have to understand is whichever government, see Jharkhand Chief Minister Soren, he met the PM. He met the PM because we need funds from the center, we need support from the center, and in our democracy, we have seen good relation having said that, that parties have, state government is different, central government is different, but they have good relation among
Good
themselves.
relation. So federalism is important, says the Samajwadi Party. The Samajwadi Party tells us this, viewers. One second, Mr. Ali, one second. The Samajwadi Party, they really must think we are foolish, viewers. The Samajwadi Party supports Mr. Kejriwal in Delhi. Not the Congress. It supports Kejriwal, who has had a running battle. I mean, viewers, he has a running battle with the centre. उनको तब federalism नहीं दिखता. This advice is not given to Mr. Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi amongst us all. And because of their fight, and I'm actually now, viewers, I'm being very honest. I'm not giving the BJP a clean sheet in Delhi. They've also pushed the envelope here. So I'm not trying to suggest that the BJP is some innocent party. So, viewers, by that estimate, the Samajwadi Party should have supported the Congress, or somebody else, or even the BJP, or both the AAP and the BJP. Anyhow, viewers, look, at the end of the day,
I wanted to add in that Umar Abdullah has tried to play it very cleverly.
It's okay, sir. It's a well left. You know, in cricket,
it was a Congress.
Cricket, I wish Mr. Virat Kohli had left more balls outside his off stump. We would have won some of the matches. उन्होंने तो सारे balls पे अपना bat लगा दिया और खत्म हो गए. Anyhow, and our prospects also went.
Allow me a minute, please.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Ali, go ahead. Take your minute.
Yeah,
Yes.
what I was saying is that Rahul, the Congress handed this position to Umar Abdullah on its own. It was a Congress leader who said that we will not join the government unless and until Jammu and Kashmir remains a union territory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Khan, make your point also. I got your point, Mr. Ali.
Umar
Yes.
has used that statement to justify keeping Congress out of the government and playing
Wonderful,
nice
sir.
with the center.
Okay.
What
Mr.
I'm
Khan.
saying, I want 10 seconds. Once the government is formed, we should have, for the betterment of the people, our government should have good relation with the center.
Sir,
Once
after
the
10
government
minutes
is
mein
formed,
statesman ban
it's a
gaye. This
good-
is brilliant.
It would be a good
Brilliant.
message
I'll leave
for
it at this,
BJP
viewers.
as well.
I'll leave it at this. You know what I love most is when the eye of the India alliance cannot see eye to eye with the other eye of the India bloc. I'll leave it at this, viewers. This has been a delicious debate. Thank you very much.
Presented by.
Today is an important day. I'm standing at Sangam here in Prayagraj, and the Hindu festival that has come after 12 years is witnessing the inaugural Snan today. I'm showing you the visuals straight from the Ghat, where you are seeing these devotees taking a holy dip in this river and in fact the water. And you are seeing these visuals where they are worshipping the river Ganga and in fact the Sangam that we call here in Prayagraj. This is the inaugural Snan of Posh Purnima. That is in fact the very first Snan here in Prayagraj. And in fact the festival that has come after 12 years is a mega event, a Granger event for which preparations have been done from last so many months. We have police, Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force and all other agencies deployed for any sort of contingency. We have helicopters on standby, we have divers on standby, and in fact we have authorities very much keeping an eye on every movement that is happening here. We have 6 Royal Bhat Shahi Snan starting from 14th January. But before that, today is the inaugural Snan, the Purnima Snan, of which I am showing you these visuals straight from Sangam Ghat. In fact, I'll ask camera person Ravinder to show you the visuals. In fact, the arrangements where the precautionary measures have been undertaken, and in fact when it is about this particular day, so Snan was started as early as 3 a.m. this morning. They say that Brahm Muhurat is one fine Muhurat where everyone wants to take a dip in this holy water. occasion of Posh Purnima, and in fact the inaugural Snan is taking place here in Maha Kumbh. I'm standing at Sangam Ghat. In fact, behind me, devotees are taking a holy dip in the waters, and in fact, I have got one family that has in fact come from Jaunpur to Prayagraj, and in fact they are very part of this first Snan in the Brahma Muhurat. I'll try to talk to them as well. सर, कहाँ से आए हैं आप लोग? क्या नाम है आपका? कहाँ से आए हैं? सबसे पहले तो ये बता दीजिए।
मेरा नाम सर राकेश जायसवाल है और हम जौनपुर से आए हैं।
जौनपुर से आए। कितने लोग हैं? पूरा परिवार आए?
4 लोग हैं।
कौन कौन है सर?
छोटा भाई है, मेरी वाइफ है और मेरी बेटी है।
देखिए, हिंदू मान्यता के हिसाब से कुंभ का कितना महत्व है ये तो किसी को बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, लेकिन जब व्यक्तिगत तौर पर बात करते हैं तो आपका पहला स्नान में सम्मिलित होना कितना महत्व आपकी निजी जिंदगी में है और क्या कुछ इस विषय में बताना चाहेंगे?
क्योंकि सर मेरा पहला स्नान था तो बहुत अच्छा लगा। मतलब एक आध्यात्मिक आत्मसंतुष्टि मिली। बस यही।
सर, आप क्या नाम है? क्या करते हैं? आपका भी पहला स्नान है?
हाँ, मेरे बड़े भाई हैं राकेश जी, मैं अखिलेश जायसवाल इनका छोटा भाई हूँ। हम लोग पेशे से व्यवसायी हैं और ये हम लोगों का पहला स्नान है। बड़ा अच्छा, बड़ी अच्छी अनुभूति रही और बड़ा अच्छा अनुभव रहा। और
क्या बेहतर है तैयारियों में और कहाँ बेहतरी की उम्मीद है?
नहीं, सरकार की तो भाई इसमें सराहना करनी चाहिए कि उन्होंने बड़े अच्छे इंतजाम किए हैं और पर्याप्त अच्छे इंतजाम किए हैं। किसी तरह की कोई परेशानी कहीं नहीं हुई।
कहीं नहीं।
और मतलब अपने संस्कृति को महसूस करने में मतलब एक सरकार का जितना योगदान हो सकता है मैं उनके इंतजाम से बहुत खुश हूँ।
कहाँ रुके कहाँ? क्योंकि हम कुछ लोग कह रहे थे कि
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. Six days and counting, the California wildfires continue to burn. The devastation is immense. Thousands of homes gutted, people displaced, even dead. As authorities try to tame the flames, politicians are fighting over who is to blame and fueling the debate on how it all began. Who or what started the fires? Was it deliberate? An act of arson? We'll discuss. Halfway across the world, Bangladesh is spoiling for a fight. They're now targeting India over a border fence. We will bring you the full story. Also looking at the economy, why is the rupee falling and the Indian markets crashing? Is Sweden at war? The Prime Minister does not say no. Why the Venezuelan president has threatened to liberate Puerto Rico from the US with the help of Brazilian forces. Why Thailand wants to legalize gambling and casinos, while Algeria and France are fighting over influencers. What is the story of the Kumbh tax? And why did Jeff Bezos' dream rocket fail to take off? All this and more coming up. The headlines first. A 6.8 magnitude earthquake strikes southwestern Japan, triggering 2 small tsunamis in the area, but no damage was reported. Japan is one of the most tectonically active countries. The archipelago accounts for around 18% of the world's earthquakes. Russia and Iran sign a comprehensive strategic partnership treaty. The deal will be sealed on Friday when the Iranian president visits Russia. In recent months, Moscow and Tehran have boosted their military and political cooperation. Last year, Vladimir Putin signed a similar treaty with North Korea's Kim Jong-un. In India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates the Z-Morh tunnel in Jammu and Kashmir. The strategic state-of-the-art tunnel is in the Gandarbal district. The tunnel makes the tourist hotspot of Sonamarg a year-round destination. Jammu and Kashmir held its election in September last year. This was Prime Minister Modi's first visit there since then. Germany races to contain a foot and mouth disease outbreak. The virus is threatening to hit the country's agricultural exports. South Korea and Mexico have told Berlin that they would halt pork imports. This is the first reported incidence of the virus in Germany since 1988. And South Korea's impeached and suspended president is set to get a pay rise. Yoon Suk-yeol's salary will see a hike of 3%. This is despite a trial and investigation into his martial law declaration in December. Yoon continues to evade arrest by remaining holed up in the presidential residence.